welcome. My name's Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at the Save As feature within Microsoft Excel. More specifically, we'll look at using the F12 function key so that we can activate the Save As feature within Excel. So in order to do this, I'm going to launch Excel. I'm going to launch Excel by pressing Windows 3. Because Excel is currently the third application on my quick launch toolbar, when I press Windows 3, it will launch Excel. I'm going to maximize this window by pressing the Windows key and the up arrow. And now that we have our Excel menu open, I'm going to say, open up this document or this file that we used earlier as an example. Now, there are going to be instances where you want to either change the file name, change the file location, maybe even change the file type. The way that you could do this is by using the Save As feature within Excel. You can activate the Save As feature by pressing the F12 function key. The F12 function key serves as a shortcut to bring up this Save As dialog box. Once you have this dialog box open, you could say save this as version 2. You might change the file type, so we'll save this as an Excel workbook rather than an older version of Excel. You could change the location if you wanted by coming here, picking one of these other folders. I'm going to go back to test. We have version 2, and once you've made all your desired changes, you hit save, and then you would have these two versions. The advantage of this is I'm going to put that window over there, going to go to recent places, just going to open up that earlier version of the Excel file to demonstrate the following point. So if we made changes to the file and we saved that in this version, you'll notice that if and when we close that first version, we can open it up and no changes have been populated to this first version. So we have two distinct files. This can be highly advantageous when working in Excel. So if you wanted to achieve this without using the keyboard shortcut F12, or maybe you've forgotten that there is a keyboard shortcut, or you just don't know what the Save As keyboard shortcut is, the way that you would achieve the same result is by bringing your cursor up to the File menu, left-clicking. You would scroll down here to the Save As option. This would bring up a menu where you would pick the location. I'm going to, again, save it in this test folder. And this would launch the same Save As dialog box that we got to when we used the F12 function key. I'm going to save this as version 3. I'm going to keep the same form of file type, and I'm going to hit save. So now we have version 3, which we can maybe make this an ugly yellow. I'm going to come over here, and this is currently our first version, and then I'm going to open up our second version, and you'll notice that we now have three different files. We started with a single file and we now have 3 different versions of that file. And again, that can be highly advantageous. The third method that we can activate the Save As function is I'm going to maximize this individual window. If you press the Alt key, this would activate the access keys. Again, we would press the F key in order to go to our file menu, and then the A key to go to Save As. We would either press C for my computer, or if we wanted to go to a current folder, we could do that. So I would press the number 1 to go to my test folder, and we'll save this as version 4. Hit enter, and it would save that new version. So again, in this video, we looked at using the Save As feature. The way that we first tried to use Save As was pressing the F12 function key. Pressing the F12 function key will launch this Save As dialog box. We could save this as a version 5. We also looked at using our cursor, coming up here to the File menu, going to Save As, selecting the location, and then say maybe this is version 6. We could change the file path, the file type rather. We hit save and OK. And lastly, we looked at pressing the Alt key, the F key, the A key, the number 1 for our current folder, and then we could call this version 7. we'll keep it as this older file type. Hit save. It's going to ask us if we want to have a compatibility checker turned on. We'll say yes. And now we have 7 or 8 versions of this test123 document. So with that, in our next video, we'll look at how to print a file using the keyboard shortcut Control-P. If that's interesting to you, move on to the next video or jump ahead. Choose as you wish, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.